Hello everybody, welcome to A Crafter's Story. It's Celeste here. Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to make some of the, well, I've made one. I'm going to make one more of these little shaker tags, and it's honestly so easy to make. You really just need some scrap paper and a punch, and well, let me walk you through it as I'm going, but just a quick little flyby here of what this is. And I could put something at the back here, maybe some lines to write on. It's a decision for another day, but the construction of this shaker tag is what I want to show you. So let's get started. I have gone ahead and cut out a bunch of these because it's such a repetitive exercise. I decided, let me just do a whole bunch. I'll do one with you, but I didn't want to go over and over and over because you need quite a few of these little squares with a hole inside. So let me get started. So my squares are 3 inch by 3 inch, so 3 by 3, and my hole punch is my 2 inch hole punch. The size of your shaker card and the size of the hole punch, the size of the card, doesn't have to be these dimensions. They can be smaller, they can be bigger, totally up to you. So let us get just a 3 inch by 3 inch square. I'm going to need 2, and I'll tell you why in a second. So let me just do my 3 inches this way, and then I'm going to need another 3 inch this way, like that. And then I'm going to need a second one, and this one won't get a hole in it. It's just going to be the backing, and I decided on purple for my backing this time. That one, my original one, I had more of like a carnival paper that I used, and this one's going to be a little more plain, just okay, like that. So the way that I get my hole smack in the middle is I find my middle. So I'm just going to go corner to corner with my ruler and make a line. Oh, it wasn't corner to corner, Celeste. That was corner to offset corner. All right, that's more of a corner to corner. And then this is going to be your guide. Then I've got my corner to corner there. Okay, so now you've got your center point. So when you go now to punch your hole, I can go in and kind of eyeball the center of this circle on the card. I think it's about there. Am I? I'm a little off maybe. There we go. That'll have to, oh man, it moved. It moved. Okay, I'll have to hold on to it. Okay, so more or less there. Okay. And sorry for this noise. There we go. And of course you can keep the circles because they're going to come in handy somewhere along the line in another craft. So you're going to cut and punch a whole bunch of these, and only as many as you need. How do I put this? Only as many layers as you need to make the hole deep enough to hold whatever you put in the hole. I hope that made sense. I think so. So with this one, I think I've got too many already, because the only thing I want to put into the center is this little medallion, and I think I've got way too many papers. So what I think I'm going to do is take the pinks away and see if it's going to be thick enough still. And I can probably measure. I'm going to put a purple at the back here because I think that'll offset the gold really nicely. If I've got the right purple. No, I don't. I have a small piece here. So there is my purple 3x3 inch little square. Oh, all right, let me put it down then. See if this little guy can move around freely. I think so. I think I don't need those pink ones. Okay, perfect. That gets put aside. First thing I'm going to do is to put the window in. Now, to find acetate or plastic sheeting is easy enough to do, but because I like to recycle, when I buy my stickers, they always come on this plastic sheet, right? So when I'm done with all of these stickers, I'm left with one of these, I'm left with one of these sheets of plastic, hoping that you can see that it's a sheet of plastic. Sorry guys, maybe the light is catching it and you can see it that way. So that little sheet of plastic is what I'm going to glue onto the back end of my front panel. And then I'll just cut off the excess. And I actually wish that I had just a glue, one of those glue runners, because I think that would have been easier. But I don't, so I'm just going to use my Aleene's, which is what I used on the other one that I made, and it worked just fine. Put this back. Okay, oops. So I probably should have cleaned this plastic a little bit. I didn't, but let's just hope. There's a bit of a smudge on the ends. I'm going to go over and like that. All right. So I'm going to leave this one side just to dry a little bit. I'm going to put this knife away because I'm clumsy and I know that I could very easily cut myself, because that's what I do so easily. All right, so now I'm just going to layer. I'm going to take my bottom piece and put down a little glue on the edges. You don't need a lot of glue, just enough to hold down one layer and then the next one. And so I'm going to go with all my layers. I'm going to try and move quickly, and hopefully. So how many did I now do already? 1, 2, 3. If you add the back, it's 4, so this will be 5. And I think I've got 4 green ones, so it'll be 9 in total, not including the cover. Okay, let's get these guys lined up somewhat before the glue dries. Trying to get the hole to line up more so than anything else, because that's what you're going to see. Okay, like that. Okay, and then almost there. I like this because I feel like what you put inside here is what you can personalize, and you can put in something that's very, very meaningful to you or who you're going to gift this to. Or it can be something generic. Maybe it's somebody who loves dogs and you found a little pendant of a dog or a paw or a cat. Maybe it's a little I love you message, or these could be really nice little Valentine's cards. You know, anything that... There we go. All right, let me double check that this is still going to fit. Yes, it's still going to fit nicely. Now, I don't know if I'm trying my luck here by cutting this loose, because the Aleene's glue is not going to dry very quickly between the plastic and the paper, but it does eventually dry. I'm just going to wing it, guys, and hope hope it stays in place. I'm going to cut the excess off like this. And then I think I probably will leave it just for maybe 10 minutes to the side and let it all dry nicely, so that when I start punching holes and putting in little gourd clips and tassels and whatnot, that I don't pull everything apart. Okay, so the hole is, you'll notice that I'm not 100% lined up on the sides here, and that's okay, because what matters is the hole only. I can always trim this down, right, once it's nice and dry. Okay, let me hope. I'm going to put my little medallion in there, get my glue back out. Oops. And probably too much. It's probably going to peel out the side. But you know, again, it's okay, because I'm going to probably have to trim off. Just trying to make sure. I can always clean this side, but I can't clean that side once it's down. Sorry, I'm just going to use my shirt. Okay, there. I think that's fine. Is it? Let's go up against that. No, it's not. Get my glasses cleaner out. I'm going to just maybe clean it off a little bit. I think that should do it, because I can't clean that, like I say, once it's down. Alright, so should I do it this way? I guess it doesn't really matter, because the medallion doesn't have an up or down. So this doesn't have to have an up or down. Okay, there we go. I like that. All the colors work really well together. I'm going to give it a little bit of a squish, and then I move it in place. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done the squish, because I see some of that glue is coming out, but it does dry clear, so I think it's going to be okay. I had some glue that came out the side here. It wasn't so bad. So okay, so squishing is not good, guys. Don't squish. Going to see if I can just line up the hole again. All right, there we go. I'm going to leave this, let it dry. I'm going to leave it for about an hour, I think, and then I'll come back and punch a hole, put in a pretty little music note with my gourd pin, and I have some lovely ribbon to add to it, and I think then we are done. I decided to clamp the pieces together, not so much because I didn't think the paper would stick, but it's this plastic that I'm concerned about, and just wanted to make sure that it really adhered. And so I'm going to take these off. I think I'm okay. There's still some of the glue over here that's not quite dry. You see it there? But it will dry eventually. I know, because I had the same situation with this one that I made earlier. And I also have, for some reason, I did cut all of these squares 3" by 3", but I think what happens when I clip the hole, punch the hole, they are sometimes maybe a little off, and that's why I get this piece on the side here that's sticking out. And I think tomorrow, when I feel like everything's completely dry, I will come in and cut off any of this excess here. There's some of the blue sticking out over here. I'll cut that off with my box cutter. I'm not going to chance it though. But look at our medallion. It's working, it's moving. So I had enough layers, which is perfect. All right, so let me get, where's my crocodile out, and get a hole in here so that I can put my gourd pin. Some people call these a gourd pin, some people call it a bowl pin. It's a pin. I don't really know. Let's see, I've got this. I'm going to just put a hole somewhere towards the edge. Oh, it's quite thick. Oh, but I did it. Okay, I have my hole in there. And let's get, now the direction that I put my gourd pin never quite makes sense to me until I've tried it a few different ways. And that's just, I guess, me. But eventually I get it. Okay, let's see, can I get this? Oh, it's separating my layers there, so I don't want that. Okay, there it is. So I've just noticed something. If I make, oh, I can do it this way. I was going to say I can't put the gourd pin, this end, that narrower end here, because my papers are too thick, but it has this little sort of wider side, so I'll just use the wider side. So there we go, that'll work. And now I'm going to put in a ribbon. I wonder if I put the ribbon, I think I cut it long enough that I can do that instead of making a knot. I'll probably have to do a knot anyway. Yeah, I can do that. No, I can't. I've got to bring it down. I'm fumbling here, guys. Sorry. I'm going to take it out again. Let me see. That didn't quite work. Because I need both the charm and the ribbon to sit in the front. So let me just rather do it this way. This way will work. And I will do... What if I do a bow? I wonder if a bow would look nice. I'll try a bow and see. See what now why can I not make a bow? Yeah, that'll work. But it's hiding this a little bit, so I think I'm not going to do the bow because I think it's hiding my little charm. It's too big and bulky and wide, so I will just do that. And move this guy to the front. Oh, there we go. And kind of pull it down. I'm not sure that I like the ribbon quite as much as I liked this, and I also think, having done a second one now that has more layers, that I think less layers, as I did with this one, works better, only because if you want, you can see the gourd pin, the narrow side of the gourd pin actually fits nicely. It's not doing the same here because it's a little thicker. And maybe I should rather take a large jump ring and take the gourd pin off and put a large jump ring in here instead, and that way maybe this ribbon can be a bow and I won't feel like it's hiding my charm. So just things to consider, you guys. I'm going to cut this a little shorter. I think it's too long, but yeah, there you go. If you want, what I did here is I took some of my glue. It was my Fabri-Tac glue, and I ran it along the side just to seal the edge. It's an option, you don't have to do it. So I think I will, once I've cleaned up the edges here, I'll maybe try a different glue, because this Fabri-Tac is a little shiny. I don't quite like it. But I think if I take my Aleene's glue, or maybe some Elmers glue that I know is going to dry see-through, I'm going to put that on the end, and that just seals my end. So I think this will work. I'll leave the gourd pin on this one, because once I now lay it out like this, I see it does actually, I do actually see my charm. I was a little worried that I couldn't, but it's fine. It's good. Alright, you guys, if you loved this video, please give me a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and also the little bell, because then you'll be notified when I load up new videos. It's typically Wednesday or Thursday, so if you want to pop back. Thank you so much for visiting with me, and I hope this is something that you will try, and I will see you next time. Bye.